you want to be a social worker in Alaska? Well, good for you. We definitely need you out here. I'm going to be showing you around my neck of the woods, what we call the bush, specifically St. Mary's. I just had to take a quick picture of this because this is the kind of thing you see walking down the street here in St. Mary's. It's, you know, not something you see every day. A dad with a little girl hauling wood to his house. So just a pretty typical kind of thing here, as well as the snow machines and four-wheelers running up and down the street. But the Alright, I do not claim to be any kind of videographer or really great with technology, so you'll have to bear with me. We actually ran out of battery and I had to change the battery. But what I was saying was St. Mary's is a village of about 700 people, and here in this area and in our surrounding villages, the ones we serve, are all Yupik people. They're Yupik Native Alaskans, and when you think about going towards Aniak, so that is east of here, we tend to get into the Athabascan population of Native Alaskans, but here it's primarily Yupik folks. One of the great things, and one of the things I love about being here, is that you are completely immersed into the culture. You live, you breathe, you work it, your kids go to school here. All of the families that you serve are Native Alaskans, and I love that about being out here. It was something that I had never done before. I didn't really know anything about the tribes out here, or I didn't even know about the bush when I first came out here. So you are looking at the Andreevsky River, which is of course frozen solid right now. It's been frozen since about the end of November, and people have been traveling up and down with four-wheelers and snow machines since the end of November. We're sitting here, let's see here, we are almost by the river dock where the boats are. Here we are. And as you can see, boats kind of just get left there for the winter. And when breakup happens with the river in about May, early May, the boats will kind of just be there. So that's one of the things everyone kind of looks forward to each year, when the river freezes up and when the river breaks up in the spring. So most of the buildings down here aren't really utilized. I think they use that one for the alcohol storage presently. Oops, I'm zoomed in. Typical boats out here, flat bottom, 18 to 20 foot boats. So let's stop here and check out the river view. It is really cold out here today. It's about minus 20 and the wind chill's much worse than that. I was actually supposed to travel today, but the planes don't fly when it's that cold to most of the villages. So that's that area. You know, just a thought, when you come out here, you want to remember that you're kind of a visitor in the culture out here, and you want to take the time to get to know what the custom norms are and what's acceptable and what's not, and just, I mean, out of respect for the culture that we live in out here. All right, we're going to move down the road. This is one of two stores in our village. There are two general stores. This one's AC, the other one is Yukon Traders. And it will have pretty much everything that you could want or need in there. Prices out here are very expensive. It's about $7 for a gallon of milk, $6 or $7 for a bag of cereal or box of cereal. So, I mean, it is expensive to live out here, but our pay is compensated for that. Alright, I am just going to drive and talk here as we look at some of the typical housing here in the village. You know, some of it's better than others. It really depends on what's available and what you want to pay as far as housing goes. This one's actually our pilot's house, not available. We have apartments for rent, we have little houses for rent, but the bottom line is most of the houses are small. They are not built to the standards that most people that come from, especially downstates, are used to. Of course, we have running water and electricity and all of the normal things that most of us are used to. But the building standards are different, and our houses are built up on stilts here. You can see some of that. I'll get a closer look here so you can see that. That is because of the fact that we live on the tundra out here, and it tends to be spongy, soft, and moist. So houses need to be built up. This is one of the apartment buildings that are available. There's 2 apartments in there, and that tends to be a really nice place, but it's about $1,000 a month. This little peach house over here, that happens to be my place, and I'll stop here for a second. This is my little house. It actually looks bigger on the inside than it does on the outside. Note the very important satellite dish. We don't have cable out here, so everyone is connected if they want a TV or any kind of TV channels by satellite. So that's my little house. There's 2 bedrooms, a bathroom, washer and dryer, kitchen, living room in there, and that's about it, and an Arctic entryway. So, what else do I want to say about housing? The housing out here it can, like my house, I pay $500 for a month. Housing can go up to $1,100 a month. It really depends what you want and what you're willing to pay for. But as I mentioned when I was talking about the stores here and how expensive food is, our salaries reflect the fact that cost of living is expensive out here. So we are paid a suitable amount for sure. Let's see here. What else do I want to say? I'm not a professional videographer, just remember that. So you know, some people do have cars out here, but most people get around by 4-wheeler and snow machine. Like I said, our office does have a vehicle. We have a truck, we have a 4-wheeler, we have a boat, we have a snow machine. But if you're talking about personally just walking around to the store and post office, everything is in walking distance, and it's all very close together.